Welcome back, Lana. Welcome to another episode of the Bull Room. We have a good one for you today. We're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin and our newest coin, XYO. Now, XRP is doing great, so let's put that one aside. We'll save that one for next episode. But we have a lot of important things coming up, and one of those things are actually Trump's presidency, so we'll talk about that too towards the end. But this is your host, MP, behind the scenes.
AZ.
So let's make sure you guys are liking, sharing, and most importantly, subscribing as we're trying to reach 1,200 subscribers before the year of 2025. But with that being said, I also invite you all to check out our website, LatinWealthClub.com, where I post articles on politics and finance. Learn how you can capitalize today. But again, not financial advice. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only, and everything I post on my articles are for knowledge and research. I just simply share my research, and if you want to take it, we'll take it. If you don't, we'll don't. But take risk at your own risk. But first and foremost, the Federal Reserve cuts rates on the 18th of December. According to them, I found this kind of weird. If you remember, I mean, AZ, we've been doing this for how long now? Like 2 years now, talking about the federal cuts and all that.
Yeah, basically.
About 2 years, right? And I told you, 2023, we weren't going to have a rate cut. 2024 was, the end of 2024, we're going to see it. And it looks like we're down 1 point. But if you remember, they said we will only cut rates if inflation gets back to 2%. And when they started cutting rates, it wasn't at 2%, it was a little over, and they felt confident. Well, now, after cutting the rate, Jerome Powell I was looking at some videos and stuff. Now, this is what I wrote down in my notes. Who knows? Maybe I could have been distracted, but if anyone wants to correct me on this, feel free to. But he's saying that the labor market is under control. Because remember, that was one thing. So when he started cutting, he was like, oh, my biggest thing is the labor market. He said that the labor market is under control, that the economy is good, but they're considering taking a break from the rate cuts because there's an uprise in inflation. If you remember, AZ, I did mention that cutting the rates now too early, because I told you we should have just held it a little bit. Cutting the rates too early is going to cause inflation and eventually hyperinflation, the great melt up. So if he's saying this now, and we're only down 1%, imagine when we get down to 2%, how much inflation is going to be a problem. Now, if we continue to cut and we cut to zero to really boost the economy, imagine how much inflation is going to come. The great melt-up is real, guys. If you guys haven't done any information on that, go on our articles. You will see the great melt-up and how you can benefit from it or how you can capitalize from it. I forgot how the title goes. But I cover it and I talk about the great melt-up and how we're going to eventually lead to hyperinflation because the U.S. is not going to let the rich get poor. They would rather have hyperinflation where the poor get poor and the rich get richer. And I mean, that's what it's looking like, bro. We're struggling with inflation. I mean, this early on, we're only down 1% and we're struggling with inflation. What are your opinion?
Yeah, I was watching it too, and it definitely does seem like he was kind of allowing like a buffer zone for the next FMOC meeting. I'm sorry, I'm like butchering that, but yeah. So, and he did say that it looks like they might be pausing. So it definitely.
But it's because of inflation, and it's so weird how again we knew inflation was coming back, but who would have known that we would be seeing problems this early on with only just 1 point knocked down?
Sure, we knew.
I mean, we did, but what I'm saying is I didn't think it was going to happen right away.
No,
I was thinking like 2 years from now.
No, I had no doubt.
Or like a year, a year. I didn't think like by the third cut, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be sometime at the end of 2025 we're going to have problems with inflation.
Yeah. No, yeah. I had a feeling it was going to be very, very strong, especially because of how much they cut so fast. It just felt like they cut a little bit too much, way too quick.
Well, they're going to have to cut 2025, bro.
Yeah.
Like 2025 was a year of nothing but cuts, supposedly.
I don't know, man.
So we might see a pause cut.
Probably. I would see something like that, but I mean, I hope if we see that the numbers aren't working out, I hope they decide to pause again for the next one because I mean, dude, you can't let it,
Can't have inflation tick up like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's crazy because the interest rate projections were 4.4 in 2024, 3.4 in 2025, 2.9 in 2026 and 2027. But now it's a little different. Now, instead of 2026 being at 2.9, 2026 at 3.4. So it's like they're really gonna, I think, really hold off cutting rates. Like if there was gonna be 4 cuts in 2025, there might only be 2. You know what I'm saying? But it's like in the long run, bro, it looks like by 2027 we should be either in the 3.1 range to 2.9 in 2027. And even then, bro, we're gonna have problems with inflation. We're gonna have problems with inflation, bro. So if you're not holding assets, you're gonna get poor. So this is the time to buy crypto. This is the time to buy real estate. This is the time to buy stocks. But again, not financial advice. I'm just letting you know based off our research and knowledge. But again, everything you're seeing here is just entertainment purposes only. But because of that, bro, Bitcoin is currently struggling to stay over $100,000.
Yeah,
and it's been dipping down, and it's literally all because of what Jerome Powell said. I don't even think Texas Chainsaw Massacre could scare me, bro, as much as Jerome Powell. You know what I'm saying?
as soon as he walks on the stage.
Yeah, bro. It's like, damn, what is this guy gonna say now? But going on about crypto, XYO, bro, it's forming a bull pattern flag. Looks like it's gonna be completing it, and we should be expecting a rocket-like candle to 6 cents, maybe even 8 cents. But if you guys look into the bull flag patterns and you look into the XYO chart, I'm going to have AZ put this on the video, and you compare the two side by side, you can see what we're talking about. This thing's ready to explode. Now, again, if technical analysis is true, don't take this as financial advice. Just take it as, hey, could be something that comes true. And if you want to take the risk, we'll take risk at your own risk. But other than that, bro, I mean, the market's been red. It's been red. It's been going down. And the only really big catalyst we have as a market as a whole, and I'm not just talking about 1 coin, 2 coins, 3 coins, like XYO supposedly has a partnership with Tesla, right? We're not talking about those type of catalysts. We're talking about just a whole market catalyst. Would be January 20th, 2025, when Trump gets inaugurated as the 47th president. When that happens, dude, I think the fact that we're going to have a pro-crypto Washington, and just with the hype around Trump and everything going around Trump, we might see a late Christmas rally, slight dump, or even then, bro, we might just rally all of January. I mean, January is one of those months where they really start talking about the presidential inauguration and stuff like that, and I feel like that's what's going to get a lot of people to be like, yo, I got some extra money. Not only that, but keep in mind that typically the market does get a little red towards the end of the year because people like to sell to either pay their taxes or like to sell at a loss to pay less taxes. Some people have like a little tax strategy when it comes to investments towards the end of the year. So who knows what's really going on with the market? What we do know is that it was affected by the Federal Reserve and what they said. And the only big catalyst that we have as a crypto market as a whole would be the Trump inauguration. And don't forget, guys, Gary Gensler has confirmed he is resigning. And he will be resigning either 2 or 3 days before the inauguration. That's that's another big catalyst. So once Gary Gensler officially resigns and Trump gets inaugurated, we're going to see a pump. Yeah, bro. Look, bro, it's nothing but upside from here. And if this little red dip in the market is going to scare you away, crypto's not for you. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, all money out, no money out. Stay dedicated, stay motivated. And we'll see you on the next one, Line of Wealth Club. Don't be a little bitch.